speaking of these lawsuits that are being filed, and, you know, we come to the Jay-Z case, which I need some backup here. Before I talk about this, I need backup, because anything I say, you already know. So let me get some backup. The lawsuit against Jay-Z from the 13-year-old girl has been dismissed. This is the lawsuit that Tony Buzbee filed. Now, remember, he's filed a number of lawsuits against Puffy, or at least he's said he was going to file a number. I don't know how many he's actually filed against him. But there's just so much when it comes to this lawyer and how these things have played out. Now, that lawsuit that was filed has since been dismissed. So they call her the Jay-Z accuser. This is the Jane Doe. This is the lawsuit that everyone was like, no, he didn't do it. No, not Jay-Z. Don't, no. Relax, we're just reading the news. I heard a lot of people reporting on this, talking about how the fact that the lawsuit was dismissed wasn't covered as much as when it was filed, right? And that the damage is done, which is valid. That's a valid argument. But a lot of this is coming from people in the media, and you know how this works. When a lawsuit or accusations like that come out against someone like a Jay-Z, of course it's going to get covered by everyone all over, because people are trying to find out what it's really about. Is it true? And I believe that I said very early on, so don't do that, what you're going to do. I believe that I said, I don't believe that he did that. I know I said that. If you really want to challenge me on whether or not I said that, go dig up all of the stuff that I've done, because I spoke about that early on. I did not say that I believed that that was the case. I said I didn't know what the case was about. There were wild accusations there, but I wasn't just going to write it off just because I'm a fan of somebody. That's my point. And so the case was dismissed. Now, qualifying what I said just now, right? I just want us to think about the fact that the case, after everything, was dismissed. And that the lawyer, who everyone was going after, right? The lawyer had no comment. No comment. It's dismissed with prejudice, right? No comment. Ask yourself when that happens. When does it happen? So he had so much to say before, and now, no comment. Okay. Do I have to spell it out for you? But of course, that would be very speculatory for me to make a statement like that. But let's just say the case went away, and that's a victory for Jay-Z. That's a victory for Jay-Z. And he, a couple of days before the case against him was dismissed, right? A couple of days before that, he dropped some of the cases against Buzbee. Okay, are you paying attention? I hope you're paying attention. I hope you guys are really following the way that you should be following this stuff, right? Now, much like the Diddy stuff, or similar to Diddy, Jay-Z is also suing for defamation. So he's filed a defamation case against Buzbee for $20 million in lost deals. So he's saying, based on the damage to his reputation, right, that he lost money over it. Here's what Jay-Z said. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. I'm not going to make a joke like I did because y'all out of shape, but I feel like all of these statements that he's making, he's speaking in this weird, like, I don't know, like King's English. And I don't know. I made that statement before. The lawsuit was without merit and never going anywhere. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. Jay-Z claims the lawsuit was deliberately filed the night before his daughter's Blue Ivy's Mufasa, the Lion King, to force him into a no-win situation. I do think it was ironic that it was filed the night before the premiere. You know, when these cases are filed, there is strategy to it. And I know when you're trying to win or when you're trying to make a point, yeah, I could see the lawyers knowing about his big night or his daughter's big night. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I could see that, right? Like, because all of this, and I keep saying this, all of this is about media coverage, because the media is really where these type of things are being litigated. It's not just about the accusations. When you have people of power with money and they're going at each other, they usually have an agenda. And I could see the whole Buzbee filing the claim the day before his daughter's premiere, right? Here's what he said. And this is from Jay. I felt that Mr. Buzbee was placing a gun to my head that I either bow to his demands or endure personal and financial ruin. Okay. Jay-Z alleges that he lost $20 million in business contracts due to the accusations, describing the ordeal as a calculated attack on his legacy. I can see that. I can see that. The question that I always ask, though, in this type of thing is why? Why? And there's always a reason why. I don't think any of us know what the reason why is. So he's filing this suit against Buzbee for, I guess, lost, what do you call it? Lost deals, you know. Let's see where this case goes, because it's going to keep going. Now I feel like these two are rivals, and they're going to keep going after each other. And I wonder about that. Like, where did this rivalry come from? Why was he even looped into these cases? Don't say just for money, because he has a lot of money. It's more than that. It's more than that. Why was he even involved? There's a lot of people with a lot of money that you can go after. So that's the question that I ask all the time. But what do you guys think? Because I know that you don't think I should ever say anything about anyone that you love. And look, I want to say this because I'm a big fan, huge fan of Jay. If you've studied my career, you know, and you might not be familiar with me from back in the day, but like I'm a huge fan of Jay. So like looking at this stuff and reporting on this stuff is just that.